We are live for another watch along between RSL and LAFC. Apologies for the delay. That is my bad. Game started a little bit sooner than I thought it would. It was supposed to start, I thought, at 9:30, but apparently it started a little bit earlier than that, and they are honoring Carlos Vela tonight for his time with LAFC as an LAFC legend. So again, apologies for the delay. Game just kicked off. We're a minute in. And it's pretty much the same lineup as what we saw last match, except they do have David Martinez starting, and they have Choinière on the bench tonight for LAFC. But I hope you guys are having a great night. It's a Sunday night here in the U.S. It's Monday in South Korea. And we have another rematch between RSL and LAFC. Last time these two teams played, it was 4-1 LAFC. And we will see what happens tonight. We'll see if LAFC are able to win and keep their trend in their trend of momentum heading into the playoffs. There's only a couple games left until the MLS Cup playoffs, and they are one of the hotter teams in MLS. But before we get into this, I want to get your guys' score prediction. Make sure you like the stream down below. Give it a like, share with a friend. Try to grow the audience as much as we can. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We did recently hit 10,000 subscribers, and I greatly appreciate all your support and everyone's help. And also, we will be doing a post-game recap with Nick after this game. So we'll see what happens, but we have an important game. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, I am sorry that I am late for this game, but let's see what happens. Inka says, hi, we'll appreciate it. Miguel says, let's go. Let's go. What is it? Isaiah says 3-2. He thinks that's what the score is going to be. I'm assuming LAFC. I think that LAFC are going to win this game again. I think it's going to probably be 2-0. I'd say that tonight's game will be 2-0. I don't know if they're going to score as many goals as they did the previous match, but we will see. We will see what happens. I expect another great performance, and we will see what happens in this game. But like I said, David Martinez, just fouled. It looks like Son was just called for the foul. Looked a little soft to me. And they also have these cool patches. It says 10 Vela because they are honoring, like I said, Carlos Vela, who is an LAFC legend tonight for LAFC. He is the first designated player signed in LAFC history. So it's an important night for LAFC. We'll see if they can honor him in the right way and then get a win. Looked like that was a weird foul. Looked like he kind of jumped into Son. 80s Nostalgia Guy says he thinks it's going to be 2-0 LAFC. Son scores a hat trick. Well, if he scores a hat trick with them only scoring 2 goals, that'd be very impressive. 80s Nostalgia Guy. That'd be really, really impressive. But I do think the hot streak continues. We'll see what happens. LAFC have found a new formation with 5 in the back, and I think that it's changed their entire team, and I think they're arguably the hottest team in MLS right now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they're able to do in this match against RSL. This is a test to see if they can beat this team twice. RSL's threatening. They're in their final third. Ooh, just wide left. Is that Gozo again? Gozo, wide left for RSL. He's the one who had the spectacular goal against LAFC last match. An absolutely incredible bicycle kick last match against LAFC in the first match on Wednesday night. That was an incredible goal by Gozo and showed his potential and how good, because he's only 18 years old. But think about this. The last 2 games, LAFC have played, they started hot out of the gate. They had Son score twice early on the first 2 minutes in both matches. They haven't scored in the first 5 minutes in tonight's match. We'll see if that can change. William Mayer says, hi, Will. Good evening, bro. Congratulations. You once again on reaching 10,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that, guys. I really do appreciate all the support. 10,000 is very special to me, and very proud of reaching that milestone. But it's only the beginning. We still have, we have some big sights and big goals for this channel, and this is only the beginning. But I appreciate you guys for the help to reaching that goal. Delgado's got the ball. Delgado to David Martinez. David Martinez to Sonny. Sonny looking for Denny, but is deflected by RSL. I'm curious to see what David Martinez can bring to this, because this attack, he's a little bit more of a skilled player than Schwanier. Schwanier is a little bit more of a destroyer. I would like to see what David Martinez is more of a playmaker. I think he's a better goal scoring threat as well. I'm going to be curious to see what he can do in this lineup. David Martinez is only 19 years old. He's incredibly talented player. We'll see what he can do for this team and what he'll be able to do for the attack in tonight's match. But one of the things about LAFC tonight is, are they going to be able to have the longevity? Are they going to be a little tired because they have played a lot of games the last, 7-8 days? Ooh, Marky Delgado almost stole the ball from Diego Luna. It's a throw in for RSL. But we're going to be able to see how this team is able to play a team twice in 4 days. I mean, sometimes it's hard to beat the same team twice, and it's certainly hard to beat them twice within a 4 or 5 days period. Ooh, good steal by Delgado. Delgado looking for Sonny. Sonny to Denis Bouanga. Denis Bouanga good save. Cabral with a good save against Denis Bouanga. Shot just wide. Try to go left. Good save by Cabral. Sonny was looking for Denis Bouanga. Best duo in MLS, though, by the way. Like I said this in my post game. Best duo in MLS. Isaiah says, Will, why did you not go live for the Inter Miami DC United match? I wasn't home for that match. I was out yesterday, so I wasn't able to do that game. That's the reason why I wasn't able to go live for the Inter Miami DC United match. Or I would have. I would have if I was home. Or at least in a post-game recap. But I was really busy yesterday. But I'm going to try to do the next one for sure. Guys, we're already at 22 likes. Let's try to get to 100 likes on the stream, or 23 likes. We got over 200 likes in the last stream or live watch along. Let's see if we can get 100 again, or even 200 again. Make sure you like the stream down below if you haven't already. Big stuff tonight. This is just the beginning. We got the rest of this live watch along. Then we got Nick Chastain of the Voices of Black and Gold coming on to do the post-game recap live right after this match ends. You're not going to want to miss either one of these. So make sure you share with a friend, like it down below. Stay tuned for that post-game recap as well. Bobby says, what are some realistic DP signings you think LAFC might make next year? I think that they're probably going to look in the midfield, because I think this front two of Sonny and Denis Bouanga is working really well. I think they're going to probably look for a midfielder. Maybe someone, they might change back to the 4-3-3 if they can get someone creative in the midfield. Really just depends. I don't think they're going to get a striker, though. I think Son Heung-min's going to be, Diego Luna. Oh, just over the bar. Good look from Diego Luna. I think that LAFC are probably going to play Son Heung-min as a striker for the rest of his LAFC tenure. I think he's a number 9. He's going to be going forward for this team. So they're probably going to try to get a midfielder to try to get someone who can feed them, who can create chances in the midfield, because the midfield was abysmal before this lineup change. David Martinez with the ball. That was a good tackle attempt by Diego Luna. Sonny's got the ball. Oh, Sonny just got fouled. Best duos rolled on in for. I seriously doubt that. LAFC should appeal to the Asian market. They should seek an elite Japanese player. I mean, I guess they could, but I just think that they they've got the biggest star in Asia. They don't really need, I mean, they don't have to sign any more Asian players. They've literally got the biggest and best soccer player in Asia right now. They just need to get the best players around him. And Sony's going to take this free kick. I would assume he's probably going to cross it or play it to David Martinez or to Palencia. And then Palencia will do a cross. We'll see what happens. William Lam says, good evening, Will. Still watching that match. Still watching that match while watching on my TV. Appreciate it for joining us, my friend. Appreciate you for joining us. Okay, that cross was cleared. It's going to be a goal kick for RSL. The attack isn't looking as good tonight. Not looking, or just in general, the play is not looking as good as it has the last two games. They scored 4 goals in back-to-back games, looking not as good as not as sharp as they have in the last 2 matches. But we'll see. They could still turn it on. RSL aren't looking as bad either. Well, I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on Tillman. Palencia finds Delgado. Delgado down the middle, passes out wide to Denis Bouanga. Denis Bouanga looking for Sonny. Stolen by RSL. RSL's on the counter. Gozo's got the ball. The 18-year-old with the golazo from last game. Oh, Diego Luna's cutting in. Ooh, good save by Hugo Lloris. Miguel says LA Galaxy has 2 Japanese players. LAFC could take a similar path. I mean, they could definitely. We'll see what happens. Tillman out wide to Smolikov. Smolikov back to Segura. To Tafari. William Lam says 64% ball possession from RSL. Yeah, the last game, it was very close between these teams. It was very, very close between RSL and LAFC. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they can pick it up. RSL looks a lot better tonight. William Ayers says, yes, LA Galaxy have Miki Yamane and Maya Yoshida. Both are defenders. Yeah, Miki Yamane is good, but Maya Yoshida is pretty bad at this point. He's really bad. Yeah, see, this is the problem with LAFC. They look they're not pressing that much tonight, and they look kind of tired. They're kind of playing a little bit heavy tonight, which isn't good. RSL, I would say, probably has almost identical starting 11s, except for the one striker who got a red card last match. But they look a lot better than LAFC do thus far. That was good defending by Segura. RSL is able to keep possession. Cross. Palencia able to clear it. RSL gets the ball back. Ooh, from deep. Looked like it was deflected off an LAFC player for an RSL corner. Angus says ball possession often does not win matches. No, that's true. It doesn't. It doesn't always win matches, but I would say that you don't want to get completely dominated on possession, because then that means you're probably not creating as many chances or having as many chances as you would like. So I do think it's not a good sign that LAFC just look to me so far through the first 14 minutes, look very lethargic. They look very tired right now. They're not playing with the same urgency or energy that they had the previous 2 games. And one of the most important things in MLS that separates other teams from the good teams from the bad teams, or even average teams, is consistency. Not looking good one game and then bad the next. They need to play. Ooh, what a golazo! Who scored that for RSL? Who scored this? Brian Vera. Absolute banger. Wow. Absolute banger. Vera with the absolute banger for RSL. Top left corner. Nothing Hugo Lloris could have done about that. What a rocket. Golazo. Oh my God. That was a golazo, folks. There's nothing Hugo Lloris could have done about that missile. Nothing he could have done. That was so fast, he didn't even have time to react. What an absolute banger of a goal. Absolute banger of a goal by Brian Vera. That was, hey guys, let's be honest, that's a world-class goal. That's what more could you ask for? That was a absolute missile, top left. Yeah, William Harris is an authentic golazo. I mean, what more could you want? That was an absolute rocket by Brian Vera. Absolute rocket by Brian Vera. Telling you guys, LAFC are looking a lot. They're not looking as good tonight as they did in the previous two games. Still early though. There's still 75 minutes left. We'll see if they can bounce back. But early on, RSL is looking like the better team. And that was an absolute rocket by Brian Vera. Fighting LA. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they can bounce back. They're going to have to wake up. Dolo ball, 101 here. Lethargic, uninteresting, and slow to build up. Still early, though. We'll see. But I want to say that was not on Hugo Lloris. What could he have done? That came in so quick and fast. I mean, what could he have possibly done? Oh, looking for Sonny. Sonny heads it down. Great touch by Sonny. Sonny out wide. Smolyakov. Gozo defending him. Segura wins it back. Smolyakov to Delgado. Delgado. Out wide to Palencia. Palencia to Tillman. Tillman try to find David Martinez. Oh, good defending by Ojeda. But it's going to be a corner for LA. Looked like it could have been out on David Martinez, but I think it was out on. I do think it could have been. That was close. It could have been either way for Ojeda and David Martinez, but they're saying it's out on Ojeda, so it's going to be a corner. Son Heung-min is going to take the corner. Miguel just forgot Yedlin was on RSL. Yeah, he's moved around quite a bit the last couple years. Miami to Cincinnati, now to RSL. He's bouncing around quite a bit. Sonny with the free kick or the corner. Oh. Just headed it too high. Out of bounds for a goal kick for RSL. William Harris says the NASA is going to call Vera because he got a rocket on his foot. That was an incredible goal. Absolutely incredible goal by Vieira. Might be goal of the week. It's funny. The two goals that RSL have scored have both been bangers. Both of them. Gozo last game against LAFC was good. Vera's absolute golazo rocket shot was incredible too. Two great goals by RSL so far. Like I said, LAFC got to wake up. Got to take advantage. Ooh. Was that Gozo that lost the ball? No, it wasn't. Denis Bouanga has the possession, passes it back to Smolyakov, goes out for a throw-in. Smolyakov throws it in to Segura. Segura passes it back to Safari. Safari with the ball. Safari to Smolyakov. Segura finds Tillman. Tillman to Portress. Portress back to Tafari. It was a weak pass. They're able to get it. Tafari decides to clear it out of bounds for a RSL throw-in. William Harris says, Will, what's your opinion of the USU 20 national team roster for the World Cup in Chile? Have you checked it? I saw a little bit of it. I haven't looked at it too closely. Based on what I remember first glance, it didn't look too bad. I saw some interesting names on there, but like I couldn't tell you off the top of my mind who was on it, but I just remember looking at it at the time and thinking, this isn't too bad of a roster. I mean, look at the standing around. No pressing. Come on, Denny. So, I mean, these guys are gonna have to pick it up if they wanna get back to this game. Oh, Diego Luna. Tillman just fouled Diego Luna. Diego Luna looks a lot better tonight, too. He's playing with a lot more urgency. Looks a lot better than he did last game. Tillman shown a yellow card for his foul on Diego Luna. Are you guys worried about LAFC so far? You think RSL is going to win tonight? RSL is looking like the better team 20 minutes in. Look like a way better team. Look like they want the game more tonight. They look like there's more urgency and that they are playing with more, not just passion, but they just feel like they're playing with more execution in this match. Ooh, Gozo with a nice play. Goes down the right side. Ooh, Porteous with a great header. LAFC with the ball back to him with the ball. Ooh, good tackle. Palencia just clears it. Bad giveaway. Bad giveaway. Ojeda's got the ball. Ooh, Ojeda tried to go low and from deep. Pretty far off on that. Not even close. Wide left. Out for a goal kick. LAFC. Two top, please. I'm assuming you mean having Denny and Sonny play up top. Oh my! Smalley Koff with a bad touch goes out of bounds for an RSL throw in. Martinez is bad. He hasn't been so good tonight. He hasn't been so. Maybe Schwanier is the key. Maybe that was not the right move. I'm not exactly sure why they do have David. I mean, David Martinez is talented. He just is inconsistent. I don't know why they took out Schwanier. Oh, there were. Oh, lost possession. One possession. Lost it again. Diego Luna looks like he just fouled Palencia. I guess they're not going to call it on Luna. Bobby says, who do you think will win the Golden Boot? I think Messi will win the Golden Boot pretty easily, honestly. He's already got 22 goals. They've got more games in hand than any of the other guys in contention. So I think Messi's going to win the Golden Boot for the second year. Or actually, Benteke won it last year, but he'll win it this year. 1xvic says, so far the LAFC coach's 4-3-3 has been a total flop. Well, I don't know if it's a true. I mean, I guess it is a 4-3-3, but I guess it is more back to a 4-3-3, but there's elements of the 5-3-2 as well. But yeah, I'd say so far probably has been more the 4-3-3. I don't know why. I don't understand why Sharundalo. Oh, I do know why, because he's an incompetent manager. I don't know why he wouldn't just go with what's been working. Oh, miss hit by Vera. Plays it back to Yedlin. 22 minutes in. 22 minutes in. Not looking too good. Oh. God, they're just picking them apart. Oh, bad giveaway by RSL. Yedlin with a bad giveaway to Delgado. Delgado to Tillman. Tillman to Palencia. Palencia plays it back to Portress. Portress plays it back to Tafari. Tafari out wide to Segura. Looks like they're playing 3 now. They're playing 5 in the back. Good pass from Smalley Koff to Denny. Cabral's able to get to it, though, and clears it out for a throw-in. Oh, it wasn't for a throw-in. I guess they kept it in. Tafari passes it to Tillman. Tillman finds David Martinez. David Martinez to Sonny. Sonny out wide to Palencia. They keep playing back so much, and they're killing their attack. They're playing the ball back way too much. Oof. Sonny. David Martinez. David Martinez plays it out wide to Denis Bouanga. Good pass. Denis Bouanga is able to win it. Back to Sonny. Oh! Sonny shot. Good save by Cabral. Good save by Cabral. Out for a throw in, or a corner. Great save by Cabral. Just a good save. Not much you can do about that. All right, another corner for LAFC. Sonny to take it. Oh, off the crossbar for the, what is that, Safari? Yeah, Safari with the header, but it was off the top. It was off the crossbar. Oh, Denny was able to win it back. Oh, Denis Bouanga looks like he's fouled inside the box. No call by the ref. Delgado's got the ball. Plays it back to David Martinez. David Martinez plays it back to Delgado. Delgado's looking for Tillman, it looks like. Oh, oh my God. Very sloppy ball. Very, very sloppy ball so far with LAFC right here. But Safari had a golden chance. Beautiful cross from Son Heung-min. Beautiful cross from Son Heung-min. And Safari is not able to finish the chance and score. Sony to take the free kick. All right. Lined up to take it. Sony with the free kick. Looks like Portress fouled Justin Glad. It's going to be a goal kick for RSL. Very sloppy. I'm going to have to look up the stats here in a little bit. I'm curious to see what LAFC have done so far, chance-wise. See what their shots are. LAFC have 3 shots, 2 on target, and then RSL's got 7 shots, 2 on target. Possession's close to almost 50-50 now. It's 51 RSL, 49 LAFC. Much closer in possession, but have to create chances and have to finish these chances. LAFC have got to pick it up if they want to win this game. Got to play with more urgency. Good defending by Palencia. RSL's able to keep possession. Vieira plays it back to Justin Glad. Justin Glad plays it back to Cabral. Sam Yim says, LAFC players are starting to get selfish. They think they can do what Sony does. I don't know if they're playing selfish. I mean, they a little bit. I just think they're playing tired. They're playing very, very lethargic tonight. There's just no urgency, no energy tonight like there has been the past 2 games. Tillman being pressed, has to play it back to Hugo Lloris. Hugo Lloris just clears it. Actually passes it to Smolikov. Smolikov with a bad pass and a giveaway to Justin Glad. No greed. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're not playing. Well, I just think that they're playing a formation too. They're back to that 4-3-3. And I just don't think that works with this team. The 5-3-2 was working very well. The 5-3-2 was working very well for LAFC. Oh God, bad giveaway by Segura. Uh-oh. Ojeda down the right side. Ojeda with the cross. Oh, deflect out of bounds for a corner. Keyshawn says LA midfield doesn't have enough creativity. They haven't all season. And that's why they switched to this different formation. And it was supposedly going to help them out. And they're starting to play bad again because they're trying to play the 4-3-3. I thought Safari could have scored that though. I thought he was going to score that, Safari, but it was off the crossbar. Winx Vic says with so few guys in the middle, they can't get the ball out to find the final third properly. Yeah, they can't. And when they had the 3 in the midfield and they had Chouanier, Delgado, and Tillman, good clearance by Safari. And then they had the two wing backs and Palencia and Smolikov. It just kind of opened things up a little bit more. And they had Denny playing next to Sonny, but they're just not playing as well tonight because the formation doesn't really suit them. It's not suiting them tonight. I mean, look how tired they look. They're not even able to press. They're not pressing much tonight. They just look gassed. Look at Delgado. Look at his slight jog, where you see that RSL are playing with a lot more urgency. Digaluna with the ball. Cuts left. Porteous with a good clearance. Ulea says, I don't think that they're tired. It's the formation tactics that's changed. This is where you see if you have a good coach or a bad one. Look, I don't. Maybe they're not tired, but they look at the urgency they're playing with. Look how slow everybody is. There's just not as much. There's not as much energy when they're playing. Uga deflection off of Palencia. Palencia, David Martinez to Denis Bouanga. Denis Bouanga, bad pass trying to find Sony. Able to win possession back. Segura's got the ball. Segura to Tillman. Oof. And they turned the ball over a lot tonight, too. I'd be curious to see how many turnovers LAFC have tonight. Ooh, good deflection by Denny. Delgado's got the ball. Delgado to Smolyakov. Smolyakov to Segura. Back to Delgado. To Tillman. To Smolyakov. Out wide to Denis Bouanga. Denis Bouanga. Oh, Denis Bouanga with the shot blocked by Cabral. Good save. Out of bounds for a corner. 1X Vic says, if the coach sticks with the setup, LAFC are going to lose for sure. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he does stick with this setup. Steve Shrundle is a very stubborn coach. Very stubborn coach. Sony with the corner. Oof. David Martinez out wide to Denny. Oh, Denis Bouanga just high over the crossbar. It's a good shot. Just a little high. Oof. Just a little high by Denis Bouanga. Just a little high by Denis Bouanga. By the way, guys, got 72 of you in the chat. We're at 32 likes. Let's try to get to 100. Make sure you like the stream down below. Share with a friend if you haven't already. Let's try to grow the audience as much as we can. LAFC watch-alongs are always fun, even if they're not playing as well. We'll see what happens. A lot of game left. 58 minutes left of this match. Anything can happen. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We hit 10,000. We're going to try to keep pushing forward and see how many we can hit before the end of the year. We might be able to even hit 12,000, 13,000 before the end of this season. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. They're starting to press a little bit. Denny's running, and Cabrales has to get rid of it. Terrible play there for RSL. Throw in good position for LAFC. Starting to press a little bit. David Martinez on the ball. David Martinez plays it back to Tafari. Tafari to Segura. Segura finds Smolyakov. They just got to stop playing the ball back so much and killing the attack. Good pass to David Martinez. Wasn't able to get the touch on it, though. Justin Glad plays it back to Cabral. They're just sitting on the ball. I think RSL might try to. They might sell this lead. I don't think they're going to directly park the bus, but I think they're going to try to slow this game down. Yeah, Smolyakov hasn't been good so far tonight. It's off Smolyakov for a throw in for RSL. Smolyakov has not been so good tonight. Ojeda to Yedlin. LAFC win possession back. Smolyakov to David Martinez. David Martinez plays it back to Segura. Segura plays it back to Hugo Lloris. Palencia finds Tillman. Oh, Tillman with a bad pass to Sony. Yeah, I just don't like this front three. I don't like seeing a front three. I have no idea what the hell Shrundolo is doing. He had a perfect system that was working so well, 5-3-2. I don't know what he was thinking, why he would insist on changing it. The 4-3-3 has not worked. The 4-3-3 has not worked. And honestly, it's not even really a 4-3-3. I'd say it's more of a 5-2-3. 5-2-3. I'd say it's more of a 5-2-3 tonight instead of a 5-3-2. Porches passes back to Lloris. Clears it. Tillman wins the ball. Tillman finds Smolyakov out wide. Smolyakov plays it back to Segura, to Tillman. Tillman to Delgado, to Sonny. Sonny finds Denny. I think it's a little bit offside, though. There you go. Offside. WinX Vic says Sony basically trapped in the middle, and that's the issue. Yeah, I mean, that the formation that is limiting what he can do. I like it when it's more wide instead of having three where he had, like you said, he has to play in the middle. I like when there's two up top where he can kind of roam from the left side to the middle, and then Denis Bouanga can roam from the right side to the middle or vice versa, whatever side they're playing on. It does keep him way more narrow when when they're playing in this 4-3-3. It's making him play way too narrow. And Smolyakov and Palencia haven't been very good tonight. Honestly, they have not been very good tonight. Cleared out for a goal kick for LAFC. Luis plays it to Segura. Tillman with the ball. Out wide to Palencia. Oh. Palencia's fouled. Going to be a free kick for LAFC. They stop play. Portress was playing out wide to Denny, but they called to play it back. Palencia plays it back to Portress. Tafari plays it to Segura. Segura to David Martinez. Now they got David Martinez looking like a left wing back. They have Smolyakov playing up higher. They've switched, though. Tafari, Portress. Delgado to Segura. Segura to Sony. Sony with some space. Good pass to David Martinez. Oh, deflected, but just out wide for a corner. Just out wide for a corner. Good pass from Sony to David Martinez. Absolute threaded the needle. Threaded the needle. Denis Bouanga passes it back to Delgado. Delgado to Son Heung-min. Sonny to Denny. Oh, saved by Cabral. "38 minutes in. It's 1-0 RSL over LAFC. 38 minutes in. Little less than 7 minutes left plus added time before we go to the into the first half. LAFC have not looked too good so far. Cabral clears it. Tafari wins it. Passes it to Denny. Denny to David Martinez. Looking for Sonny, but it's taken away by RSL. Diego Luna. Oh, Luna was looking for Gozo. Hugo Lloris. Portress. Yeah, Denis Bouanga with three shots so far in this game. RSL player down right now. Who's down right now? Katranis is down for RSL. Looks like he got hit in the ear. Who was it? Palencia that fouled him? See a replay on this. Katranis. Let's see who fouled him. Yeah, it looks like Diego Palencia elbowed Petronas in the ear. Or Catronis in the ear. Yeah, it looks like he got elbowed in the ear. Nick Smith says, this has turned into Sony Moves channel. Nah, man, we do a lot of different things. People said the same thing about Messi, too. Bobby says, do you think Bouanga will stay for a couple years with Son? Maybe. Maybe he will. Just depends. I wonder if they're going to go to VAR for this foul. If they go look at this on the VAR, if they go look at this, this could be I don't know if it'd be a red, but maybe they give him a card. I mean, he did elbow him right in the ear. It looks like they're not going to call anything. It looks like they're not going to look at this. Yeah, Pablo Mastroeni saying it should be a red card. He keeps saying red card. He said elbow in the face. D1% says they need to change up the formation. We'll see if they do. I doubt they will, though. I'm telling you, Steve Cherundolo doesn't do formational changes like that mid-game most of the time. SKC says Sony will score in the second half if they can change this formation back to what fits his strengths. But the 4-3-3 or the 5-2-3 is not working. The 5-2-3 has been a disaster. They're pressing a little bit now. Cabral clears it. Porteous wins the header. RSL still has possession. Yedlin with the ball. Yedlin to Gozo. Stolen by Delgado to Tillman. RSL wins possession back. Ojeda. Diego Luna's playing with Ojeda, playing the ball back to him. Yedlin with the ball. Back to Justin Glad. Gozo to Yedlin. Gozo plays it back to Justin Glad. Glad plays it back to Cabral. Cabral to Vera. To Catronis. Goes out of bounds for a throw in. Valencia with the throw in to David Martinez. David Martinez to Delgado. Delgado out wide to Palencia. Back to Tillman. Tillman to Delgado. Tillman passes it back to Segura, or to Faria, excuse me. Segura with the ball to Delgado. Back to Segura. Back to Delgado. Out wide to Smolyakov. Smolyakov to Segura. They're pinging the ball around a lot, but they're not really doing anything with it. They're not setting anything up. Okay, here we go. Bad pass by Porteous. Bad pass, but Delgado's able to win it back. And Yedlin wins it. Heads it up. Luna with the header. Segura not able to win possession. Luna. Bad pass. Tafari wins it. Tafari till Delgado. Delgado passes out wide to Denis Bouanga. Yeah, they got to go back to the midfield three. This 5-3, this 5-2-3 has been a disaster. RSL clears it out for a throw in. Ulea says, I don't get Martinez's role in this game. What the hell is Dolo thinking with this formation? That's the thing. He's not thinking. Good pass to Smolyakov. Out wide. Smolyakov crosses it or passes it too low. Easily cleared by Justin Glad. Looks like Segura just fouled Gozo. Or is that Yedlin? Yeah, it's Gozo. He just fouled. No call, though. LAFC with the ball. David Martinez passes it to Tillman. Sony. Palencia. Oh, blocked by Catranes. Tafari able to win it. Head it to Delgado. Added time. 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes of added time for the first half. Smolikov out wide. Sonny. Denis Bouanga! Sonny able to find Denis Bouanga for his 95th career goal for LAFC and his 19th goal. Is it his 20th goal of the season? We'll have to look that up. Let me see real quick. Beautiful pass from Sonny to Denis Bouanga. That has to be is that his 20th goal of the season? Let's see real quick. Let's see if that's Denis Bouanga's 20th goal of the season. It is 20th goal of the season. Denis Bouanga becomes the first player in MLS history to have 3 straight 20-goal seasons. Beautiful pass from Son Heung-min to Denis Bouanga. Best duo in Major League Soccer. But, like I said, first player in Major League Soccer history. First player in Major League Soccer history to score 3 straight 20-goal seasons. Incredible by Denis Bouanga. Great goal. Great pass from Son Heung-min. Great layoff. Great pass from Son Heung-min. And the famous front flip celebration by Denis Bouanga. It's what LAFC needed. LAFC needed that goal before the half. And it's 1-1 with a little bit less than 1 minute and 30 seconds until the half is over with. Incredible. One minute left and added time. WinX Vic says, what a perfect duo. Incredible duo. By the way, I made Sonny and Denis Bouanga shirts. You can see them in the link. I think it's a pretty cool shirt. It says Sonny plus Denis equals goals. Sonny. Oh, Sonny fouled inside the box. That's not a penalty? That was 100% a penalty. He just got fouled inside the box. They need to look at that. I think Son Heung-min got fouled inside the box. I think that was a missed call. David Martinez passes out wide to Segura. Segura to Smolikov. Smolikov back to Segura. Sonny! What a beautiful goal! Son Heung-min! LAFC. Best duo Best duo in MLS. 5 goals in the last 3 games for both these guys. Denis Bouanga and Son Heung-min have 10 goals combined in the last 3 games. They have 10 goals in the last 3 games combined, 5 each. 5 each between the 2 guys. What a beautiful goal by Sonny. Sonny with an incredible goal. I'm telling you, they have 10 goals combined in the last 3 matches. Each of them have 5. 5 goals total. Incredible. Best duo in Major League Soccer. Best duo in Major League Soccer. 10 goals. Desperately needed that. I still don't like the formation. I still don't like the formation, but you know, they're doing well. Incredible goal by Son Heung-min. LAFC up 2-1 at 2-1 at the half. Wait for the final whistle, but I would assume it'll happen really soon. Three games in a row they both have scored. 3 games in a row that they both have scored. Incredible. Keyshawn says Son. When X Vic says wow. Ben says Son. Just wow. Ben says West Coast is ours. Cannon says, dude, what a goal. What an absolute beautiful goal by Son Heung-min. Incredible goal by Sonny. Incredible goal by Son Heung-min. There's the first half whistle. LAFC up 2-1 over RSL after the first 45 minutes of this match. Incredible. It's an incredible ending for LAFC. Not a great beginning for LAFC, but doesn't matter. They were able to do what they needed to do. They're heading into the half, and it's funny, they scored both goals in added time, which is funny. But they're up 2-1. Doesn't matter how they got there. They're up 2-1 at the half, and they're in the driver's seat. We'll see what happens if they make any second half adjustments. But you know what we do every halftime watch along? We always rate the performance. What would you guys give that first half performance from LAFC 1 through 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being perfect. What would be your first half performance grade 1 through 10 for LAFC in that first half? Let me know down below. Also, we're at halftime. We always do this. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. We're at 110 viewers right now. Like the stream down below. Don't forget, we're doing a post-game recap with Nick Chastain after this game. You're not going to miss it. Make sure you like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my live watch-alongs, new videos, or post-game recaps. Okay, they're pouring in. Let's see what everybody said, what everyone's saying. T. Lee says 6. Luke says 6. Harry says 6. Ulea says 5. Cannon says 5. When X Vic says 5. I would say that I would probably be a 6. William Lam says he's a 6. Chong says he is a 7. Jason L says he's a 5.5. I would say that I'm a 6 because the first 35, 40 minutes were really bad. And I think for LAFC, they just played way too narrow because they're playing as a 5-2-3 instead of the 5-3-2 that works so much better and gave Denny and Sonny a lot of room up top to kind of roam around and have more flexibility in the final third. This kind of makes them makes Sonny especially play way more narrow, makes Denis Bouanga play way more narrow. It really eliminates their chances. Or limits their chances. I think that there's a lot to be desired, but you have to like the fact that they figured it out and they were able to get 2 goals before the half and added time to take the lead over RSL. And I think that is impressive that they were able to do that, even though they haven't played as well in the first 40 minutes. That was a beautiful pass by Son Heung-min, laying it off to Denny for the first goal. And then what an absolutely beautiful strike from Son Heung-min to the left side. What more could you want? Now, the only goal that was probably better was the Vera goal that RSL scored earlier in the game. But my God, what a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal by Son Heung-min. What a beautiful goal by Son Heung-min. And it was his, they say it's his weak foot, but I don't think Son Heung-min has a weak foot. He's good with both feet. That was a golazo, though, by Son Heung-min. These two, like I said, these two it's the best duo in MLS. Son Heung-min and Denis Bouanga are the best duo in MLS, and that's why I created that shirt. I have a picture of Sonny and Denny smiling together, and it says Sonny plus Denny equals goals. And it has 2 meanings. It's a double entendre. Goals as in that's goals of you would want your best friend, right? A great duo. And goals as in these 2 guys only score goals. These guys, when they're together, they score a lot of goals. When Sonny and Denny play together and they play well, they score a lot of goals. A lot of goals. Ashkan says 8. LAFC scored 2 goals in added time of the first half. 2 good chances prior to that. Cannon says, I'm enjoying this game more than my Dynamo games. That's sad. Well, I feel really bad for the Dynamo. Hopefully they get things figured out. When they get rid of Ben Olsen, maybe things will start to turn around. Jason says, Martinez playing more centrally towards the end of the half. It allows for more control in the midfield. I agree. And then he also says RSL dominated the midfield for the first 30 minutes. They did. And then it changed really quickly. WinX Vic says if it wasn't for the 4-3-3, or it was more like a 5-3-2, I would say, or 5-2-3. But LAFC'd have already scored 3 by now. Probably if they were playing the 5-3-2, they probably would. Jason L says Sony has no weak foot. I agree. He's good with both feet. He's good with both feet. Can LAFC finish with the win? We'll ask that here in a second. We'll talk about what our predictions are for the second half here in a little bit. Jason says, you think Sonny or Messi is the best player? It's, of course, between them. It's close. It's real at this point. It's close. I do think Messi has taken. I do think Messi has. He's not as good as he was maybe 2-3 years ago. He's still very good, but Sonny doesn't even look like he's lost a step. He looks just as good as he has. Like everybody was trying to say when he left the Spurs that he was washed. I don't see that at all. I mean, he's been incredible for LAFC. He's been. I mean, what was that? That's his 5th goal. In the last 3 games. I think it's his 6th goal this season. He's only played in a couple games. He's their best player. He's their best player. Harry says Sonny definitely what's it? Ambidextrous. Yeah, he is. He is. Keyshawn says name the top 5 duos of all time. Oh man, or just right now. I mean, I think Sonny and Denny have to be number 1. Evander and Kevin Danke are up there as well. They're probably number 2. But it's really hard to find 2 duos here's what makes a great duo in MLS. What makes a great duo in MLS is if you took each one of those players and put them on certain teams, if they would be that team's best player on other teams, that's what makes an incredible duo. If you put Denis Bouanga on 24 MLS teams, he would be their best player. If you put Denis Bouanga on 20 or Son Heung-min on 28, 29 different teams, he'd be their best player. So when you have 2 guys who would be their best player on most teams in MLS, that is what makes an incredible duo. That is what makes an incredible duo. Harry says his goal distribution is nearly 50-50. Cannon says, reminds me of Dempsey and Obafemi Martin's duo. Yeah, but this is like that on steroids. This is a way better duo than that, even though that was good. That was good, but this is way better. RR says LAFC should be down to 10. Yeah, because the Palencia elbow was pretty bad. Kay says it was Ange Ball that didn't work. I think that there's a lot of truth to that. Keyshawn says right now it'd be tough, but Evander and Danke is up there. Just trying to think of some other teams that have really good duos right now. There's a lot of teams that just really have one really good player. I mean, because last year Messi and Suarez were a great duo, but this year it's just been Messi only. I have to think on that a little bit more. Hani Mukhtar and Surge is okay, I guess. Andrew says Son had a hernia for the last 2 seasons and got a surgery before the start of last season. Keyshawn says Surge and Mukhtar. Yeah, they're up there. Rhino says Sonny is the best finisher in the world, and that there's a lot of truth to that. He's statistically the most efficient goal scorer, I think, in Premier League history. Son Heung-min is. So there's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that. Bobby says Messi and Alba. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Harry says, Dreyer and Chucky Lozano is another good shout. They are, but Chucky's kind of inconsistent. Now, Dreyer is incredible. Dreyer is absolutely incredible to watch. Jordan says Dreyer and Lozano. Yeah, I do think Dreyer. I do think that Chucky Lozano and Anders Dreyer are up there. I just don't think Chucky would be. He's just way too inconsistent for me. I think that they probably would be better than Hani Mukhtar, and they would probably be better than Hani Mukhtar and Sam Surridge. They would probably be like 3rd or 4th for me in the league. That's just my opinion. WinX Vic says Sonny bent it in with his left foot from outside the post. Absolute worldy. No keepers getting to that. Morning Calm Rising Sun says Son Kane duo broke records in the Premier League for all-time goals and assists totals. Yeah, we'll see what happens with we'll see what happens with Sonny and Denis Bouanga next year when they play their first full season together. But so far they look really good. Incredible duo so far for Son Heung-min and Denis Bouanga. Cannon says pinpoint accuracy from Sonny's goal. It was perfect. It was perfect. There's nothing Cabral could have done about that. Yeah, Ojeda and Muriel is a good shout too, but Muriel's been too inconsistent as well. But Ojeda has been incredible. Martin Ojeda is one of the most impressive, underrated players in Major League Soccer. But you see what I'm saying? Having two players who would be the best player on most teams is incredibly rare. And that's the thing. Like I said, if Denis Bouanga was on, he would be the best player on probably 20 to 23, 24 teams in MLS. And Sonny would be the best player on every team in MLS. The only debatable one would be Miami with Messi at this point. But both of them together is almost unfair on a team. Jason says, I love how Bouanga has reacted to Sonny's arrival. Yeah, it's the bet. He has never played with a player like that before in his career, even when he played in France. He's never played with a player like that, and it's brought the best out of him, and he's playing really good ball right now, Denis Bouanga is. And the way that they play, the attack, the chemistry, Sonny and Harry Kane had great chemistry, and I think that Denis Bouanga and Sonny have great chemistry as well. Sonny and Denis Bouanga, if they play like this, I just don't. That's the thing that we have to talk about, guys. They didn't even play a good half. They didn't. The first 35, 40 minutes was not good for LAFC. Yet they are up 2-1 because of Sonny and Denis Bouanga, how talented, how good they are. So even when they're playing bad, they have a chance to score 2 goals in an instant. They scored 2 goals in 2 minutes and took the lead. That is what's scary about this team, is even when they're not playing good, they are a hard team to beat. They are a very hard team to beat. Kay says Tottenham has no left wing option right now. Yeah, that's true. It makes you wonder what would have happened if Sonny had stayed, but I'm glad he didn't for LAFC purposes and MLS purposes. Big Chungus says, can LAFC win MLS Cup with Sonny? I think they can. I think they can. The only question mark about LAFC winning the championship in MLS this year has nothing to do with Sonny or Denis Bouanga. It has everything to do with who is coaching this team, which is Steve Cherundolo. That is my question about this team. Bobby says, did he play with Bell? He played with Bell for one season when he was on loan. I think it was the 2020-2021 season. Mick says, is Messi going to win another MVP? Yes, I would say that Messi is the favorite right now to win the MVP in Major League Soccer. For sure. For sure. Ulea says, Sonny has 5 goals and 2 assists in 7 games. I think he's got 6 goals now, though. That was his 6th goal of the season because he scored 5 in the last 3 games, and then he had his free kick against Chicago. So I think that's his 6th goal for LAFC. Cannon says they press really well too. Keyshawn says, has Brian White and Mueller played together? I don't know if he has, because I think Rios was starting up top for Vancouver. So I'm not sure. I think they might have played 1 game, maybe. Police Your Fan says the world didn't get to witness Kane, Bell, and Son during COVID. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I remember that Gareth Bell obviously went back in 2020, 2021, but I can't remember what the circumstances were that season of who missed and who was hurt or who didn't play. Very forgettable, though. But I want to ask you guys this. We're about halfway until the second half starts. What is your second half prediction for this match? Who do you think is going to win this match? LAFC found themselves late in the first half. They were able to get 2 goals in added time to take the lead 2-1 over RSL. Who do you think is going to win this match between LAFC and RSL? It's 2-1. What is your score prediction? Who is going to win this game? WinX Vic says Sonny's already tied Suarez with 6 goals, and Suarez played 21 games. Crazy. Suarez has been terrible this season. He's been terrible. Harry says Son, Kane, and Bale definitely played some games together. Yeah, but they're very forgettable because I don't think Bale was that good at that point. Not to say, Sonny and Kane were, but Gareth Bale was a shell of himself at that point. Zeus says Salt Lake for sure is going to win. Jason says, I think the first 10 minutes will tell the story. If it opens up 5-1 LAFC, Good odds of another Sony hat trick. I mean, if they're up 5-1, then of course they're definitely they're gonna win that game for sure. Ashkin says, I recall Sony winning the Premier League Golden Boot during COVID. I think he did as well. I think that's the season he scored 20. Was that the year that they scored 17 goals because of the shortened season? I can't remember exactly if that was the season he scored 23 goals. Rhino says the RSL goalkeeper's defense is very good. Yes, Cabral has been very good so far. He's had some good saves. Cannon says, I think it's going to be LAFC wins 4-2. And second half's about to start. Guys, remember, we're doing a post-game recap with Nick Chastain of the Voices of Black and Gold. So as soon as this game is over, we're going live immediately after this to break down what we've witnessed. And the second half is about to start. I think LAFC are going to win this 3-1. I don't know who's going to score the next goal, but it's going to be either Denny or it's either going to be a Bouanga brace or it's going to be a Sony brace. And we'll see if they keep the same formation or if they make any adjustments heading into the second half. We'll see if they make any adjustments because the 5-2-3 really wasn't working as well as we would have liked in the first half. Park says, now that the defense will target Sony, I think Bouanga will have some open grass in the second half. There's a chance that I would assume that they're probably going to lock down on Sony a lot more in the second half than they did in the first half. Case is 4-2 with Sony and Bouanga each with a brace. Harry says, yeah, Bell was injured, so not too many games, but there were some. I would guess like 5-10. Rhino says the XG of Sony's goal is 0.13. Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible goal. Laxman says, can LAFC finish with a win? Yeah, I'd say so. And we're officially kicked off for the second half. LAFC is up 2-1 over RSL. Let's see what happens and see if LAFC can seal the deal and win a much-needed game if they want to finish atop of the Western Conference. Win X Vic says he thinks they're going to win 4-1. I think someone else said 4-1 as well. Jay Shawnee says Spurs had the best duo in Sonny and Kane, but they weren't successful because the rest of the squad were very average. Isn't this the same problem with LAFC? You can't expect Sony to make magic every time. Yeah, but here's the thing. The Premier League is a lot different because even with those two great players, you have to have a good team around you. In MLS, if you have a great duo, you can win the whole league because the talent around these players is already not as good. I mean, it just isn't. I mean, let's be honest. MLS is probably a fringe top 10 league in the world. And if you have two great players, they can make a difference and carry a team to the championship of the entire league. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, second half is underway. 46 minutes in so far. We'll see what happens in this second half. Glacier Fan says Sony has always overplayed his XG. You got to remember how clinical he was. He's got the best. I think they said he was the most efficient goal scorer in Premier League history. Jacob says the Bouanga and Son bromance is something special. It is. Jacob says the Bouanga. Yep, it is. Danny says, "What a soccer game! It's been pretty good so far. We'll see if LAFC can continue their great finish to their first half into the second half. We'll see what happens." Looks like they have Sony playing more in between. Looks like they have Sony playing more below, having David Martinez to the right, Denis Bouanga to the left, but they're playing in front of him. Also, too, keep in mind, RSL need this win. They need this win if they want to make the playoffs. So they're also going to be chasing it. They're going to be chasing this game. Vera with the ball, plays it to Luna. Luna with the ball. Ojeda passes it out to Yedlin. Yedlin to Gozo. Luna loses the ball. Bouanga loses the ball too. Wins it back. Oh, bad giveaway by Go. Oh, They keep turning the ball back and forth, keep turning over back and forth. Jason says the XG is insane. Sobo combo. Yes, is that what they're calling it? Sobo, Sonny Bouanga combo strikes again. Park says the back looks confident. A lot more confident than they did in previous matches, right, Park? I mean, there were some pretty bad shaky games from LAFC's back line. I think the five in the back has been a lot better. Bouanga plays it out to Palencia. Oh my God, that has to be a foul. Oh my God, he just annihilated Palencia. They're playing rugby? He just annihilated. He just absolutely annihilated Palencia. Looks like Denny. Oh my, Palencia just got absolutely annihilated. Maybe Ant says, when is LAFC sending you your customized jersey? Will probably not anytime soon. Yeah, Palencia just got absolutely annihilated. Absolutely annihilated. Rudy says, Son Heung-min, 7, Korea, flag, thumbs up. Miguel says, ouch. Bobby says, how did Bale do at LA? I know he was injured a lot, but how many games did he actually play and was he good? He really didn't start a lot of games. He was very important to their championship win in the Philadelphia with the late goal. He was okay. Like out of a 10, I'd say he was probably like a 6 maybe. He didn't play that many games, honestly. He played like maybe I think it was 10 games in total, something like that, and then retired after that. So nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Bad giveaway by Delgado. Bad giveaway. Cruz just a little. It was actually pretty far wide left. Maybe it says LAFC Rich meet LAFC Will. Who's LAFC Rich? Rhino says yellow card. Hey, ref. That should have been a yellow card. Yeah, I mean, Palencia got absolutely annihilated. Park says the backs are confident because of their forwards. That's true. They are. But I do think the back five has helped a lot too. I think the back five has made them feel a little bit more secure. Maybe Ant says Bell showed up in the MLS Cup and that was it. Literally, that was it. I mean, he was okay. I'd say it's like a 6 out of 10. Leia says the refereeing is bad. I mean, it's always been bad. Smalley cough out wide. Passes it back to Segura. Delgado with the ball. To Segura. Sonny to David Martinez. Martinez passes out wide to Palencia. Palencia trying to find Denny. Too crowded. Sonny with the ball. Oh, good save by Cabral. Great save by Cabral. Park says he agrees on the back five. I think it's been a game changer. Maybe it says LAFC Rich is a dude who works for LAFC. Yeah, it kind of sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen much of his stuff. I'm not sure. Rhino says RSL goalkeeper's defense is very good. He is very good. He's very good. I mean, he's had some key saves tonight. That was a good save. Son Heung-min's going to take the corner. Adam with the $2 super chat says, were you surprised Seattle lost today versus Austin? I wasn't necessarily surprised because they really started to fall off a little bit. But I told this to Cheyenne of Rave Green TV. They're paying for past sins. Not signing a striker is going to come back to haunt them. And I think it's going to be very detrimental to them down the stretch of the season. They should have signed a striker. They had all summer long to do it. They had, honestly, the whole year to do it. And they chose not to. So it's going to cost them, and it's going to be detrimental to them down the stretch. We'll see what happens. But this was a bad loss for them. They're almost guaranteed to not have a top 5 finish now with the loss tonight. Almost guaranteed not to have a top 5 finish after tonight's loss. Park says, when's this amazing injured center back coming back? Amazing injured center back for LAFC? Oh, nice spin by Denis Bouanga. Turn. Passes out wide to Sonny. Sonny's playing out wide. Sonny passes it to Smolyakov. Oh, you're talking about Aaron Long? I mean, Aaron Long's okay. Aaron Long's all right. Smolyakov. Oh, bad giveaway. Yeah, I think Aaron Long is a pretty decent center back. I mean, he'll probably be back next year. I mean, he did get injured towards ACL, right? What's his Achilles? I can't remember what Aaron Long tore this time or hurt. I think he's tore his ACL before. He'll probably be out until next summer if it was an ACL tear. So probably not anytime soon. He also says, I'm a Sony fan now, LAFC Spurs fan. I hear we have a great center back. Yes. Yeah, you're probably talking about Aaron Long. Michael Pelly says, Will, do you think LAFC would still sign Griezmann if he became available again, or has that ship sailed? Probably sailed. I think they were willing to spend a lot of money and a big fee to sign him, and that has been uh, subverted to Son Heung-min, and I think that they're very happy with who they've signed. I think that Sony has been an incredible signing for them, and I think that they have no regrets over having him instead of Griezmann. Actually, might have been a blessing in disguise. Bobby says you should do a watch along for Miami versus Toronto next week. It's in Toronto, and I bet it will be sold out crowd. Plus, Messi could score 5 goals. I might do that. I was just busy this past. I would have probably done a Miami watch along if I hadn't have been busy yesterday. I probably would have. Maybe Ed says wait until Park finds out about Chanot retired. Maxime Chanot. Keyshawn says Zaha has quietly made Charlotte a contender in the East. Yeah, I was very surprised they lost yesterday to New York City FC, though. That was a very bad loss. But New York City FC is a tough place to play, or Yankee Stadium, because of the narrowness of the pitch. So I think Charlotte just had a bad matchup. Segura passes out wide to Palencia. Palencia to Delgado. Back to Palencia to Smolyakov. Looks like it was out of bounds. Cannon says Long starting center back for USMNT at 20. Probably not. Probably not. But I will say this: if Aaron Long was healthy, he probably would have been called into camp. Adam with a $5 super chat, I appreciate it. Says, is there a game of the week coming up for you? The NYCFC game will be good on Wednesday versus Miami from Citi Field. I might do something for that. I'm not sure. It just depends. I might do something for that. I mean, Vancouver and Portland's a good game as well. I mean, Vancouver's been very exciting to watch. I think both of those games are good. And you know what? This is coming down to crunch time to see who's going to make the playoffs. All these games are going to matter down the stretch. All these games are going to matter down the stretch. And we will be doing a decision day live stream again this year like we did last year, East and West. Be probably 5 hours of streaming that day. Just bouncing around, checking the games and seeing who's going to make the playoffs and what the matchups are going to look like. But we're going to do another decision day live stream as well. Maybe Ant says, you think Messi wins MVP again? Seems like he's the clear favorite right now with the Golden Boot lead on par with Dreyer in only 22 games. Yes, I do think Lionel Messi will win MVP again. He will be the first player in MLS history to win it back-to-back. Park says, I see LAFC conserving their energy with the 5 backs since we are in no rush. I have a feeling this is going to be a good finish. I think it could. I think they are wearing RSL out a little bit. Oh, good pass from David Martinez to Sonny. Passes it to Denny. Good pass back to Sonny. I think it was off of Gozo for a throw-in. Segura passes it back to Tafari. And by the way, we're 58 minutes in. 58 minutes in. We got 32 minutes left in this game. LAFC is up 2-1. Michael Pelly says, as a casual MLS fan, oh, good pass to Sonny. Can he get to it? He's able to get to it. Keeps in play. Oh, was it a good attempt by Sonny on Yedlin? Segura just fouled. Michael Pelly says, as a casual MLS fan, I'm glad they have a couple of primetime Sunday matches. To be honest, It's hard to stay focused on MLS now that college football has started. That has converted me to potential season switch. I'm telling you, this is the best time to do it, and this is why they should do it because college football, NFL is going to be competing with the playoffs. I would rather the regular season compete with that than our playoffs and our playoffs competing with NFL and college football. So I welcome the change. It's going to be great. It's really going to be good when it comes to the transfer window because we'll be able the league will be able to bring in these good players in their preseason rather than having to do it in the middle of the year. Park says, hell no, Messi is not winning the Golden Boot. Bouanga is if Sony has anything to do with it. Adam says, why can't Dryer win MVP? Their team is the top of the conference compared to Miami. Well, Miami technically still could win the East. It's going to be very close. I think it's going to come down to the decision day to see if they can win the Supporter Shield, which is the most points in MLS. We'll see what happens. Police Your Fan says, who do you rate as the best coach in MLS? Do you think there's a lack of tactical duels between managers? There are very, 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 very few good tactical managers in MLS. Wilfred Nancy is very good with Columbus. Dean Smith with Charlotte is very good. I think Jesper Sorensen is very good with Vancouver. But there's not a lot of good tactical managers. There's actually a lot of managers who are just bad in MLS, like really, really bad managers in Major League Soccer, really bad managers. It's a huge issue with the league. BTS Army says Sonny in his left foot is deadly. Honestly, Sonny in both of his feet are deadly. Maybe Ant says at Adam, they might not by season's end. Caps are only 2 points down with 2 games in hand. San UFC choked the game versus Atlanta last night too. Yeah, they have. They don't really play very well in big pressure games. So we'll see what happens. Yedlin's got the throw in right now. Michael Pelly says, with the strict MLS salary cap, I'm surprised teams don't at least spend on good manager, although it still might be tough to convince them to come over. Maybe we'll see. I mean, I think that's going to change here in the near future. I think there's going to be more coaches that are willing to come to MLS, but the spending obviously doesn't help. The spending restrictions in Major League Soccer obviously do not help. Luna with the ball, heads it down to Gozo. Gozo. Oh, good defending by. Oh, it's going to be out for a corner. Porches. That was a good. Porches with a great defending there. By the way, we are 9 likes away from 100. Make sure you like the stream down below if you haven't already. 110 of you in the chat. And we're only let's see what our 5 subscribers away from 10,100. 10,100. We're almost at 10,100 subscribers, only 5 away. You know, honestly, I think we could hit 12 or 13,000 by the end of the season. With the momentum is insane. We haven't even got to the playoffs yet. The most exciting part of the season, and we're already over at 10K. That was our goal to hit by the end of the year. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, like I said, me and Nick Chastain are doing a post-game recap that you're not going to want to miss. And we're going to be doing that right after this game is over. Right after this game is over, we'll be going live. Cannon says Paul Pogba in MLS would be crazy. I don't know if that's going to happen now, but we'll see. Smolley bad pass, looking for Denny. Hank says 3-3, go. Angus says, it is hard to believe that anyone hired Olaf Melbourne. That was a nightmare scenario. Is it Melbourne or Melberg? Either way, yeah, I didn't like his resume when they hired him. Angus, I was like, man, why are they hiring this guy? He can't even win at his former club. And was it the Swedish second division? That was a disaster of a hire. I was never in favor of that, and I thought it would be a disaster. And they fired him not even halfway through the season. Ooh, good flick by Yedlin to Luna. Back to Yedlin to Luna. Turn the ball over. Tillman with the ball. Pass it back to Palencia. Bad pass to Tillman. Ooh, Ojeda from deep. Was it Ojeda? No, it's Diogo. Baby Ant says, I think some people think Messi winning MVP over Dreyer would be disrespecting San Diego FC, but they have had an amazing season, and Dreyer has been MVP caliber. But Messi is just insane in his goal assists per game. I just don't know how you wouldn't give it to Messi if he's leading the league in goal contributions and the team's really good. I mean, and also too, the league wants Messi to win MVP because it makes the league it puts the league in the headlines. They want a recognizable player to be crowned MVP of the league. That's just the fact. They do. Oh, they didn't call the foul on Denis. Delgado's got the ball. David Martinez plays that wide to Porches. Valencia back to Porches. Oh, good play by Porches. Valencia. Michael Pelly says the San Diego FC coach has to be coach of the year contender. The USMNT looked good when he did his interim stint too. Yeah, he could be. He could be. I think there's a good chance he will be coach of the year. When X Vic says no clean passes, no counterattack. Nope. They just kind of look. We're seeing very, very lethargic play. I don't think they've looked nearly as good as they did at the end of the first half. They're playing a little bit slower than they were at the end of the first half. Sierra says our pass misses are painful to watch. Come on, LA, let's go. We need to create another hat trick for Bouanga. So, Sierra, would you rather have a Sony hat trick or a Denis Bouanga hat trick? Bobby says even if Messi doesn't win the Golden Boot or Supporter Shield, he should still win MVP. He impacts the game more than anyone and is insanely good every game. And also, the team has been really bad this year. Really bad this year. She says B. You mean both or B for Bouanga? Ben says, I like this type of slow tempo. We got to save the players' energy. Yeah, I mean, I think they don't play again until Saturday, so they'll have 6 days off or 6 days in between matches, and they play St. Louis City SC. We'll see what happens, though. And they play at St. Louis. It's a little bit of a trip. Ojeda crosses it. Cleared by Porches, but RSL keeps possession. Oof. Oh, bad giveaway by Martinez. Justin Glad gets the ball. Justin Glad passes it to Gozo. Back to Yedlin. Sierra says Golden Boot for B for Bouanga. So she wants Bouanga to win the Golden Boot. He could very well do that. Oh, Luna with the strike. Good save by Hugo Lloris. Maybe Ant says 34 goals and assists in 22 games. Dreyer has 33 goals and assists in 31 games. Yeah, I mean, and also too, Inter Miami are terrible without Messi. Like the team is pretty bad this year without him. We're in the 67th minute, 23 minutes left in regulation plus added time. LAFC's up 2-1 over RSL. Sierra says Sony is there for Bouanga's Golden Boot. Yeah, I would say that Sony would be very happy if he was able to win it. How many times did Sony help Harry Kane? Oh, that was close. How many times did Sony help Harry Kane win the Golden Boot of the Premier League? Oh, good effort by Sony out for a corner for RSL. Park says that puffy-haired kid in the mid, I think he's walking around. Who are you talking about? Oh, just wide right. Took a deflection. LAFC are starting to slip a little bit. They're starting to look a lot less. They're not looking so good down the stretch. They look tired, guys. I'm telling you, there's no energy right now. Now, you could say they're preserving it, but they could lose this game if they don't play a little better. Park says he needs to anticipate the attack in his team. And it says, not an LAFC fan, but Denny ever able to overtake Vela in their GOAT status? I personally don't think so. Vela was their OG, brought them their first ring, and you can't stop that. Can't top that. Well, to be fair, I mean, Denis Bouanga was part of that team that won their first ring as well. Jack says RSL's looking like they're going to score. They are right now. They look like they have all the momentum right now. RSL looks like they have all the momentum right now in this match. All of it. Michael Pelly, or excuse me, Bobby asks, who scores more goals next season, Sonny or Messi? Ooh, it could be close. That could go down to the wire, honestly. Schwanier's coming in, by the way. Schwanier's coming in. Ryan Hollingshead's coming in. I would assume that David Martinez is going to come out for Schwanier. No, it looks like is that Raposo coming in? So David Martinez is coming out. No, Moran's coming in. So Moran's coming in. So Moran's coming in. Hollingshead's coming in, and Schwanier's coming in. Martinez is coming out. Martinez is coming out, and who else was coming out? Smolikov is coming out, and someone else is coming out. Jack Dickens says LAFC's biggest problem in the midfield. There's a decent at defending, but creating is a problem. It is in the formation they play tonight for sure. Let's see what Moran can do tonight for LAFC, the young Irish international. It's a bad pass by Luna. Sierra says fresh energy for the attack. Time to score now. We'll see if they can. They might be able to. This might help them get that little bit of energy down the stretch. There's less than 20 minutes left. Less than 20 minutes left in this match. Diogo almost scored out wide right, though. Nobody was marking him earlier in the game. Okay, so Tillman came out. So something, what's going on? Looks like maybe someone's hurt. Looks like Segura might be bleeding a little bit. That's weird. They have Segura coming off to the side. Not the training staff, but the ref had someone come over to look at Segura, which is weird. When X Vic says looks like it's going to be two up top now. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go back to what worked really well in the first or the last two games. 2 up top, 3 in the midfield, 5 in the back. Or they might go 4-3-3 because it looks like Palencia is playing right back now, and they only have 2 center backs. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess that's true. Well, Segura's out, so I guess that is true. But Moran's kind of playing more next to Sonny, and he looks like he's playing up top more than he is behind. Uh-oh, here we go. Denis Bouanga. Denis Bouanga with the chip, with his brace. Denis Bouanga with his 6th goal in 3 matches. The front flip, best duo in Major League Soccer. 96th goal of his career. Sierra says 4 more goals. Yeah, 4 more goals until he scores his 100th goal of his career for LAFC. Great chip. Great chip over Cabral. Great chip. What did I tell you? So that's his 21st goal of the season. Now he's only 1 goal behind Messi for the Golden Boot. Great chip. Great chip. Great chip by Denis Bouanga. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, guys. 6 goals in 3 matches for Denis Bouanga. 6 goals in 3 matches for Denis Bouanga. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? I mean, yeah, that would be incredible if there's 3 games in a row with 3 hat tricks. He's 1 goal away from a hat trick. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. I'm sorry. I'm getting this thumbnail ready for our post-game recap. There's gonna be a lot to talk about. Park says, "You doubters, it's Bwanga's boot, dudes." Maybe so. Sierra says this is a pre-planned attack. Hank says, Yam 2 go 3-3. Park says now it will open up more. Probably will. Rhino says Moran is so good at passing. He's good. He's very good. That's why they brought him in. That's why they brought him in. Everybody gets an assist. I mean, the attack is absolutely incredible right now. The attack is absolutely incredible right now. This team, even that's what I said, even when the team isn't playing their best, they're still winning these games 3-1. Even when they're not playing their best, they're still winning 3-1. 3-1, 75th minute, LAFC up in the driver's seat at the moment. Denis Bouanga is incredible. I mean, 20 just incredible what he's been able to do for this team since he's been here. Absolutely incredible. And keep in mind, we haven't even talked about this. This is Carlos Vela's retirement night or celebration night to commemorate his incredible legacy with LAFC. And both of these guys are absolutely tearing it up in front of the legend. Absolutely incredible night for LAFC to go up 3-1 after not even playing their best game. Incredible. Incredible. That was a great chip, by the way. Was that the best goal tonight? Would you guys say that that was the best goal tonight? Was the Denis Bouanga chip, or would you say it was the left-footed shot by the left-footed shot by Son Heung-min? Cheyenne says thoughts on Seattle Sounders losing to Austin FC. Not surprised. Remember, we talked about this, man. We said past sins, paying for past sins. They got to get a striker. They had all year long, and this is where I think they're really going to struggle because they don't have anyone who can score, and it's going to be detrimental to this team. It's going to be detrimental to this team. Got the thumbnail made. Thumbnails made. Denis Bouanga. See if you guys can see that. Denis Bouanga and Son Heung-min. It says Sonny plus Denis equals unstoppable. It's going to be a great thumbnail. Maybe there's another goal in Sonny or possibly Denis. Park says he thinks the left-footed goal, no question. Liam Talk says, how many corners have there been? A lot of them. Sierra says opponent is losing motivation. Michael Pelly says Luna needs to leave Salt Lake. He's done all he can for his team and will never have help there. I think that a move would probably do him some good. Asaya says Sonny is so good. Asaya says no one can stop Son. D1% says Sonny goal was like surgical. It was incredible. Sierra says Denny hat trick tonight. I mean, there's 12 minutes left plus added time. Anything is possible. Nick says Miami on turf will lose every big game and Messi will play shy on those games. World Cup is coming. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Park says Vela is done. He needs to be subbed. Vela. Who are you talking about? Vela. There's no Vela, I think, on the pitch. Talking about Vera for RSL. Green Great Basin says Luna ghost in these games, these big games. Would he get called up if Gio gets back in form, or call all Tillman, Gio, and Luna and just let them battle it out for a spot? I think they're all going to make it, and probably less likely for Reyna. Honestly, D1% says plenty of time for a hat trick. Park says, "Oh, sorry guys, not Vela, Luna. Yeah, Luna. Yeah, Diego Luna is fried." Isaiah says, "I hope that Denny gets his hat trick. If he gets his hat trick, he'll be tied with Messi for the Golden Boot. He'll be tied with Lionel Messi for the Golden Boot if he's able to get his hat trick tonight. And there's a real chance that he could win it all. He could win it easily if he's able to get that hat trick tonight." Oh, good save by Hugo Lloris. Plenty of time. We'll see if they can get him his hat trick. But knowing Steve Cherundolo, they'll probably just play very, very conservative. They probably won't push the envelope very much. We'll see, though. We'll see. Oh, a lot of space. Ryan Hollins head out wide to Sonny. Good defending by Justin Glad. Wins the ball back. Less than 2 minutes left plus added time. RSL's down 3-1 against LAFC. The Diego Luna fall off needs to be studied. Sorry, I'm tweeting real quick. I got to tweet about this Denis Bouanga history. Of 20 plus goals. Cannon says, with Poch, it's hard to know who is going to the World Cup despite good performances for the clubs. Yeah, I think that we can't predict what he's going to do. He's unpredictable, honestly. William Lamb says, interesting TIFO honoring Carlos Vela. I didn't see the TIFO. I didn't get to see it, honestly. Carlos Vela is one of the GOATs in LAFC history, though. Probably the GOAT. It's debatable. It's debatable. Denis Bouanga is making a strong case to be the best player in LAFC history. Park says the defense and mid are shifting well, cutting the angles. I like what I see. It's nice to see the action in the other end, but this shows me the LAFC are comfortable defending. They are. They're playing a lot better. Park, I remember very, very. Oh, looking for Sonny. Is he outside? Heads it down. Vera on him. Cuts back. Oh, Sonny. Oh, good defending by Vera. Good defending by Vera. Park, I remember vividly how bad this team looked because, obviously you've been a regular, especially with these LAFC these watch-alongs. I remember vividly how disappointed you and a lot of other fans were by how bad the quality was in MLS, or at least LAFC and some of the teams they played. But I just think it was because of not having chemistry in the formation, but hopefully since they've changed the formation, you've been a lot more impressed with the way LAFC has played, and some of the opponents they played have been pretty good. Like there are some good teams in MLS. There's some bad teams. I'll give you that, but there are some good teams. Today is the Ballon d'Or day. Bobby says, how many goal involvements does Sonny have in MLS? I think he's got like 8 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. Like 8 or 9. Denis Bouanga to Ryan Hollingshead. Hollingshead back to Denny. Oh, Denny. Good defending by, is that Gozo? Yep, good defending by Gozo. Michael Pelly says, Will, how do you think the top MLS teams would do in the French league? They have a huge drop-off after the top handful of teams. I'd say, looks like, by the way, Son Heung-min's coming off for Jeremy Ebobisse. Jeremy Ebobisse is terrible, by the way. They're showing the replay of the goal. It's a beautiful goal. I would say that there would be some of the better teams in MLS would probably be able to finish in the top half of the league, like maybe between 5 and 6, or maybe 5 and 7. Sonny, he's chirping at the refs. He's mad at the refs. By the way, Ebobisse is terrible. By the way, all the new LAFC fans, Korean fans, number 17 is absolutely terrible. He's bad. He's terrible. Five minutes left plus added time. Palencia fighting with Luna. Yeah, Diego Luna flopped on that. 100% flopped. Luna seems like a prat. You mean like a brat? Like he's a pest. Park says refereeing needs to improve. It's hard to watch. But how much different would you say that the quality looks compared to what you saw a couple weeks ago in MLS, more specifically? 4 minutes left plus added time. LAFC look like they're going to have their third straight win and look like they could be the hottest team in Major League Soccer at the moment. Oh, Bouanga? Hat trick, Bouanga! 97th goal. Denis Bouanga scores a hat trick. His second hat trick in the last 3 games. 7 goals in the last 3 games. Denis Bouanga, hat trick. Incredible. 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 That's a nail in the coffin. Also, third straight game where they score 4 goals. Incredible. LAFC are on fire. LAFC are on fire. LAFC are on fire. Incredible. And he's coming off for Yeboah after his hat trick. Incredible, guys. Incredible. 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 Absolutely incredible by this team. 4-1 in back-to-back games for LAFC over RSL. And now Denis Bouanga is officially tied with Lionel Messi for the Golden Boot. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? This team is playing lights out. Hottest team in Major League Soccer, guys. Hottest team in Major League Soccer. They look almost unbeatable. They look almost unbeatable. Incredible. 7 goals in the last 3 games for Denis Bouanga. Absolutely incredible. There's a little bit over 1 minute left plus added time. Oh, seriously, who's going to beat this team with this duo? Like I said before, this is the best duo in Major League Soccer. This is the best duo in Major League Soccer. They have scored a combined 11 goals. Not even 11 goals. Excuse me. I'm wrong about that. They've scored a combined 12 goals in the last 3 games. Denis Bouanga and Son Heung-min. They have scored a combined 12 goals between the two players in the last 3 matches. And now he is tied for the Golden Boot. He is tied for the Golden Boot now in Major League Soccer. Bobby says, I would love to see Miami and LAFC in the playoffs. Well, the only way that can happen is if they make it to the final. We will see what happens. Ulea says, does this mean that a hat trick for Sonny next game? Yes, that's the trend, right? Then he scores a hat trick. Sonny scores a hat trick, and then then he scores a hat trick again. So we'll see. 5 minutes of added time, guys. 5 minutes of added time. And like I said, don't forget, Nick and I will be doing a post game recap. Nick of the Voice of Black and Gold will be doing a post game recap after this match. We will be doing a post game recap after this match. Like right after this match. You're not going to miss that. I've already got it set up. So we're going to hop on that right after this. Sierra says hat trick for Sony for sure next game. Hey, the trend is that will happen. The trend is that will happen. We'll see though. We'll see. Oh man, I'm gonna have to drink me a lot of water after this. I get a little start to lose my voice and get a little dehydrated after these crazy games and all this yelling. I hope you guys have had a good night though. I hope you guys are enjoying this game. Hope you guys are enjoying it, watching it with me. I've had a great time. You guys are the reason why this is fun. Sierra says Denny will score 2 next game too. There's a chance he could. Hey, what if he scores a hat trick next game? They do play St. Louis City. St. Louis City is not the best team. Angus says agree about LAFC. They would destroy Miami in the MLS Cup being aggressive against crybabies. I think I don't know if I don't think that anybody in MLS can contain this attack. Honestly, I don't think any team in Major League Soccer can contain this attack. This attack is incredible. This attack is incredible. This attack is absolutely incredible. And when you're scoring like this, it's an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses. But listen, we'll save that for the post game. We'll talk about that a little bit in the post game. But this is just there's not much more you could ask for when it comes to LAFC and what they've done tonight. Not much more you could ask for what LAFC have done tonight. 2 minutes left of added time. 2 minutes left of added time. LAFC, we'll talk about where their positioning is heading down the stretch of the season, how many points there are out of first place in the Western Conference. But with tonight's performance, I think they're very much in contention to be in the first place in the Western Conference. They still have a very good chance of being in first place in the Western Conference. We'll see what happens. There's still a lot of games left, especially for LAFC. But right now, things are looking really good for them right now. Things are looking really good for LAFC right now. One minute left of added time. 1 minute left of added time. RSL down 4-1. Down 4-1 to LAFC. Police your fan says, what phase is Shrundalo in? William Lamb says, back-to-back losses for RSL. That's tough to do. Keicho says, the Koreans have left the stadium. Sierra says, another hat trick for Bouanga possibly next game. We'll see. William Lamb says, such a great game it is, Will. Denny will score 2. I'm sorry, I read that one already. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's still some time left in the season. It's going to be interesting. But the good news is it feels like that LAFC have figured things out, which is important. Very important. That's the final whistle. That is the final whistle. LAFC have beaten RSL 4-1 in back-to-back matches. Guys, I appreciate you for joining us for this live watch along. Me and Nick Chastain of the Voice of Black and Gold are going live right after this. Make sure you go ahead and go to that video. We're going to be live talking about this game, breaking it down. We're going to get his opinion on it. We will see you over there right now. Make sure you go like that too. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We will be seeing you very shortly. Go ahead and go over to the post-game recap because we're going to be doing that very, very shortly. I will see you guys over there very, very soon.